What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Ever Adaptive Podcast. I'm your host, Beckie Flowers, and my co-host here, Sarah Budson. And
Guys.
we are, what episode is this going to be? Episode 6? 5?
Maybe. Maybe.
We lost count.
It's a good thing.
it's around there. We are so happy that you guys are back for another episode. And today, to be completely 100 with you guys, we had a different topic scheduled for today that we are going to be doing, but I got a random FaceTime from Sarah like an hour and a half ago that we are going to talk about doing things that scare you.
We decided that and this was totally on me on a whim because of some life events that have been transpiring. So this is going to be a very organic episode. Just doing the shit that scares you no matter what.
Yeah.
Kind of just like in the balance harmony episode where we said like it's a contract that you sign for yourself. There's something that you said you're going to do. Fucking do it, no matter how scary it is.
Yes. And it's so easy to talk about it until it gets to like that time where you have to pull the trigger and you have to go. And that's when it's so easy for us to just back up and like bitch out. Be like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah. And our little pep talk earlier was very helpful.
Good. I'm glad.
Kind of where you had mentioned, like, you can always go back, right? And no one would even know.
Mm-hmm.
Where you said like something like it going back to something that is like comfy, like it gives you like a false sense of safety. And that is something that I very much resonate with. And just moving forth with what you said you have to, even though it scares the shit out of you, just taking that leap and going for it is sometimes you just got to do it.
You do. You honestly do. And like you said, we try to control so many things in our lives, and there's no guarantee for anything.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what type of job you're in, your relationship, anything. There are so many things that are not guaranteed. And if you want to stay somewhere just because you're comfortable, that's probably your biggest push that you need to just do something about it. Even when it scares you.
Even when it scares the shit out. Even when it is going to result in, once again, flipping your world upside down. Just if you know that something is, it's time to turn the page. Maybe you've outgrown something. Maybe, just it's just not it anymore. And knowing that there is something bigger and better out there for you, having the courage to stick to your guns and get in that discomfort of, I know that this is going to project me forward. Maybe I don't have all of my ducks in a row quite yet, but I do know the work ethic and drive that I have will carry me to where I need to be.
Yes. You hit the nail on the head with that. Like you can only control what you can control. And that is your work ethic, your drive, your actions, and what you do. And that's it. But okay, so you've done this quite a few times in your life where you acted through fear, like you talked about flipping your world upside down again. You did this just pretty much a year ago. I no stranger to just flipping my world upside down. What are some things that like we could tangibly give people when they are going through this?
Gosh, just like I kind of said, believe in yourself, believe in your work ethic. Yeah, there's going to be doubts, but if you let doubt overcome your thoughts and your actions, you're limiting yourself. and pushing through that and having the right people around you to also be able to lean on and have them kind of just reiterate to you those those traits that you have when even when you are doubting yourself a little bit. It's, I have some of the most incredible humans in my life that are like, hey, this is scary, but just earlier, like one of my friends, she's like, you're one of the bravest, if not the most brave person I know. And I'm just like, oh, am I though? Like,
You
are you
are.
sure? But then I think about just all the things that I've done in the past. And I'm just like, oh shit, I guess I have just kind of plunged right in. And
Yeah.
that's the thing, right? You gotta jump in to swim
Yeah.
and have that faith in yourself, because if you're going to just constantly second guess yourself or doubt yourself, that will completely diminish what you actually can do. And sometimes you have to just be over the top with it and maybe a little bit delusional in what you can accomplish, right? And maybe some people can't grasp that too. But having that belief in your work ethic that, nope, I'm going to make this happen. And I might stumble on the way, but I'll get there and I'll be fine, just like I have every time.
Exactly. Yeah. And with stumbling, like failure is going to happen. I
Failure
think,
builds us.
yeah, it does. It teaches us, it builds us, and it's inevitable. Like you're never going to get
It's,
out of life not failing. So,
yeah. And that used to be something that I used to be very scared of, was failing. But having failed so many times, and like we've mentioned in the past before, where it's like those failures, like everything is a lesson. You can always take something from it, and now you apply that moving forward in a different way
yeah,
because it's teaching you something.
yeah, exactly.
It's just
I kind of
experience.
I like to go back and I will actually like journal out everything that I've been through that gives me proof, like tangible proof that I can make it out of shit storms. And will just like reiterate that to myself of, okay, you have done this, and this. Guess what? You're still here. Guess what? You figured it out. And even though this is scaring the shit out of you and you don't know what tomorrow is going to bring, and like who knows what the future is going to bring, like you're going to be okay.
Yeah. And like I said, leaning on your support system, people, prayer, journaling, whatever you got to do, sit with yourself in silence and just try and reiterate, like you said, to those things that you have made it through, that have helped build you and project you forward. And this is just another stepping stone
Mhm.
into infinite possibility.
Exactly. Yeah, you never know what's out there. And you're going to look back, like I told you an hour ago, you're going to look back in 2 months and be like, gosh, I'm so thankful that I did this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because sometimes it's just time to turn the page. And that doesn't mean that what you're currently in isn't purposeful. It doesn't mean that it hasn't helped grow and build you. Um, every chapter makes us into what we are and builds us further into what we can be. It's all just bridges, right?
Yes.
For to move on to what is next. So, and if you're staying in the same spot and stagnant, it's like, I can't do that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. There's no growth there.
Mhm.
You can't grow. When you feel like you've outgrown something and you keep staying there, you are going to eventually just die. It's like a plant that like has outgrown its little pot. And if you
Mhm.
keep it in there, gonna it's gonna kill itself. Or I'm gonna
Mhm.
kill it because I kill all my plants. But
It's a fitting shirt.
it is. Our
Lord.
yes.
Or
Right.
you got the same one, right? At
I do,
Alpha.
and I actually almost wore it today. I was like, yeah. It's
I was like, this is probably a good one.
a very fitting one. Um, no, I was thinking one thing you were talking about your support system and like leaning on your support system. I think another thing to be aware of is even though your support system is freaking phenomenal, like you might not have the best support system. Um, and it doesn't mean that those people are wrong or anything, but like when you are getting someone's advice, we have to remember that it's being filtered through their life experiences. So I'm just thinking like I wanted to move to Florida. I've wanted to move to Florida like my whole life and it's going to happen. But I had let so many people filter that out of me, like throw their crap on me that then
Mm.
I did not I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I didn't move in action because I was scared from what they told me, if that makes sense. Like I let them throw their fears and ideas onto me and let that influence my
Mm.
actions.
Right. Okay. I get what you're saying.
You know,
So
prep brain. I'm like,
no, it's fine. So like people in maybe people that you're turning to talking you out of
yeah,
something that you are kind of considering or scared of doing.
yeah. So just be mindful of the filter that is coming through from other people. Like it's being filtered through their life experiences. So take it with a grain of salt. Like
Mhm.
take their advice. And yes, you can learn from other people's experiences, but also they're not you. It's not your
For sure.
experiences. And you still got to just do your thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't let anyone influence you or sway you into something that is going against maybe your gut feeling or your true desires,
Yeah. Yeah. If
because
you
that
know this is
that
right, do it.
that can also be very, very limiting. And it just depends on, I guess, maybe the value you put on that person in your life,
Mhm.
how much, and it can go into like even a disagreement, right? There can be people that give you input where it's you maybe you were leaning on them for some sort of support and they give you maybe the opposite of what you're looking for. That has happened plenty of times to me, and just like you said, take it with a grain of salt. Hey, I appreciate your input. um and maybe just deter it. It's
Mhm.
everyone will have what they have to say. Maybe they don't agree with what you're going to do, or maybe they're going to be completely supportive of what you're going to do. And those people that have your best interest in mind, those are the ones that you can lean on, because either way, it's like, hey, if you want to do this, I support you. Or maybe they do have another input of you or something that maybe you didn't consider, which could be very good too.
Mhm.
Or there are people that maybe don't want something for you that you're going towards because maybe it's something that they know they could never do.
Yes. Yeah, it could be bringing up something for them that they maybe they always wanted to do and they never did. So there's a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of jealousy there
And
or
be wary of those people
Mhm.
that they don't want to see you do better because they maybe don't have the balls to make a decision like that, or put themselves in discomfort to grow in a certain way.
Yeah,
And that can bring out a really ugly side of people too.
it can. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So just be wary of who you open up to, and who
Mhm.
you listen to.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. And
ultimately,
you'll learn those people that you know you can lean on and count on 100% through those life experiences with how they react to news or plans or whatever, and just do your do your best judgment on their reaction, the place that it's coming from, their intent with it, if it is truly out of support or looking out for you, or the latter.
yeah, I agree. Yeah. Ultimately, you really just have to do the shit.
Yeah.
I feel like it's so simple, but yet not. And it's so hard to talk about, but like really that's what it comes down to. You just have
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah. No matter, it's just, I mean, it's scary.
It is.
Change is scary. Betting on yourself is scary.
But it's
And
worth it.
it will be worth it for sure. It's worth it every time, because that change is, it's going to project you forward, and maybe it isn't in the right direction, but you're not going to know unless you do it and try. And if it fails, then guess what? It's just another learning experience.
Exactly. And you can always pivot no matter
Mhm.
what. Like I told you earlier, like we live in America. We are able to, we have so many freaking opportunities that
Mhm.
so many other people around the world don't have. Like,
Yeah.
take fucking advantage of it. Just
Oh,
do
yeah.
the damn thing.
Hmm. Absolutely.
So
Yep. I agree.
I'm excited. I'm excited for when we can actually talk about what's going on.
So cryptic
Dude,
over here.
I know. I know. We're so like, I don't even know.
What about you? How, because we are, I mean, by the time this releases, nationals is going to be over with, but how are
Mhm.
you feeling leading into nationals? Because that is something that is scary.
Very scary. Actually had a little mini breakdown today. I haven't cried this whole prep and I've been super proud of myself. See, I told you
It's happening.
the creaky door.
We have a special guest,
Bring him on.
Toby, the lion,
He's so cute.
in all his glory. We talked about him barging in here one day.
I had literally, I think I texted you yesterday. I'm like, I can't wait till he does that. Good
It
job,
never
Toby.
fails. It never fails. Okay,
We needed
sorry.
that today.
Continue.
No, I feel good now. I had a little mini breakdown earlier.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, it's my first national show. I don't even know what to expect.
Yeah.
And those unknowns, I'm not good with unknowns.
Mhm.
So, and then second guessing myself of, am I ready? Do I have enough muscle? Like, should I just keep building? But I'm 6 days out. Like, just go, Becky. Just go.
Just
No,
go. We're already here. We're
exactly.
already here. You got your prep goggles on right now. And same thing, we control our controllables and let the rest fall where it falls. And after that is over, then you game plan for what's next.
Yes. And I think that's the hardest part about anything. Like life, whatever. But like right now for me, like that's the hardest part because I'm such a planner.
Mhm.
So it literally comes down to judges' feedback. Like, is prep going to continue or are we going to be done and we're going to build? Like, that's where I'm having such a hard time. Um, but we can't plan out everything.
No.
I have game plans for if prep continues, and I have game plans for if I'm going to build.
Good.
And then we just pivot.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just ride the wave of what happens, control what you can, and react in the appropriate way afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited. And next one that we're going to record is in person together.
I know. I'm so excited. You're gonna be all done up. I'm gonna look like a trash bag. It's fine.
No, I'm going to look like a drag queen. Let's be honest. All right. Well, you got anything else on this subject?
Short and sweet, to the point.
This is perfect. Hopefully, next week we can actually let you guys know what's going on. So stay tuned for that. Otherwise, I'm excited for you, and we will talk to you guys next week.
Yeah. And we'll be in person next week.
Yes. So I think actually, well, never mind, because we'll be recording it before they even listen to this. So it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
So, all right. We'll talk to you guys later.
Bye, guys.